Hi everybody and welcome to the London session update with myself, Kathleen Brooks, on Friday the 12th of April 2013. Well, the Bank of Japan trade, so that hunt for yield and carry after the Bank of Japan stimulus from last week, that's kind of slowed down a little bit as we get to the end of the week. For example, euro dollar looking fairly weak. It failed to get above that 130 or stay above that 131 level today and is back below 130.50. Likewise, cable is falling, so is the Aussie. Dollar yen has also come off as well, just as the yen has really started to get its groove back just a little bit. Now, we don't think this is the end of a trend or anything. We think it's just a breather. Remember, we are getting close to 100 in dollar yen. So as we get close to there, investors are getting nervous. They're getting worried as we approach these big levels that maybe the rally is coming to an end, and that causes some profit taking. However, we do think we will get above 100, and that is because the Bank of Japan is still very committed to QE, and there could be more going forward, especially if we don't see an improvement, certainly in the inflation picture in Japan. That is going to be key. But what does this mean for euro dollar? Let's take a quick look here at euro dollar. As you can see, this is an hourly chart. It's come off its highs. There is some good support, 130.30, and then below there, obviously, 129.80. With also, there's a very good support level at 129.55. So that would be the 50-day moving average. So that's certainly worth looking at as well. For the downside, we think that the downside is certainly protected. Later today, we will have US economic data, and that will very much be in focus. We've got retail sales and also consumer confidence. Added to that, we've got Fed Chairman Bernanke speaking, 5:30 London time, so after European markets have closed. But everyone is going to be looking for clues to whether or not QE can continue or will continue. Obviously, retail sales for March would be pivotal there to see whether or not the consumer is strong enough to withstand maybe a tapering of asset purchases later on. If we do get stronger than expected economic data out of the US today, we could see further pressure on euro dollar as the dollar starts to strengthen organically based on its own domestic fundamentals. So do watch out for that. But as I said, 129.80 and then 129.50 in euro dollar should be well protected. Now, the pound has also come under some pressure today. It's generally followed overall market sentiment. There hasn't been too much fundamental data really in the last few days to impact cable. We are looking ahead to next week and then the week after, whereby we've got some very important data, including Bank of England minutes next week and then the Q1 GDP on the 25th of April. They're going to be really key movers for this cross, we think. But right now we're following the market lower. We've seen cable drift lower, but it is finding fairly good support at 153.50. Now, this is really important level. It is the 50% retracement from the decline that we saw at the beginning of this year to the low below that 149 level that we saw in March. So this 153.50 level, we did get above it yesterday, but we haven't managed to stay above it. Obviously, it's going to be very very important, but in the very short term anyway, we think cable is going to be moved largely by pound or largely by dollar specific events rather than pound specific events, and of course overall market sentiment. Hence why we think the pound may just it's starting to look a little bit oversold in the short term, so we might just drift around here, but we don't think we're going to get a move back to 154 unless we get a negative surprise from this economic data out of the US. A strong data, as I said, that could weigh on cable further. 153.10 would be very, very good support. So overall, a bit of a muted end to the week, but the Bank of Japan trade taking a breather, but by no means over. So do join us next week for more, and good luck trading for the rest of the day. Thank you.